What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 101 of EZPZ Podcast, coming at you from the first episode of 2019 in Studio EZPZ, Des Moines, Iowa. Joining me this week, Nick.
What's up, guys?
What up, Nick? And Clem. What's up, Clem?
Hello, hello.
Hey, dude. We got a really fun episode for you. I kind of sprung a couple things on these two right when they walked in the door. We're going to do some fun predictions of 2019. This includes really anything. That's the whole goal behind it, is like we cover everything, right? All pop culture. And talk about our New Year's Eve, of course. Snowta for Nick and I, the Bash, and possibly something, I think, Turbo Hype for you, Clem.
We went to Turbo Hype.
Yeah. And, but first, we're going to talk about, let's talk about some like games real quick. I just want to do it real quick because I had the Totally Games cast this week. So I'll do most of my gaming talk on there, of course, but Clem's not on that, so I want to hear Clem. Clem's been rocking it, playing tons of God of War, dude.
That's true, yeah. I've been playing a lot, and honestly, this game is legit. I have to say I played... It's funny because my gaming history is... I had a gap from, let's say, what's 2000? So today it's 2019. I need to...
Yeah.
It's hard to remind myself.
It is.
2019. So I probably didn't play any games. So I mean, didn't have a console, didn't play any game on computer for solid 4 years, I'll say.
Sure.
So I had
the same thing.
Yeah, I was playing before, so PlayStation, PC mostly. And after, when I started college, or even a little bit before college, like a year or two in high school, I stopped. Yep. And so I didn't play for, maybe more than that actually, like 6 years. And so I started playing again. I texted Shaun and I was like, dude, I need a console.
Yeah.
Winter is coming, I need a console.
Winter is coming.
Because my girlfriend Madison likes to stay home too. I'm like, I don't want to watch show all the time, so I need a console.
Dude, totally, yeah. Part of me wanted to have you get a Switch, but the goal was to not spend that much money, right? I just cracked, you probably heard listeners playing at home, I just cracked something, but that was not a beer, promise. Doing sober January, or at least doing at least a few weeks. But the goal is to save money and also used to play Sony games, right? And so I looked, it was right around Black Friday, dude, and I knew I would find a crazy deal, but I did not expect $200 for PS4 Slim, 1 terabyte plus Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's a really good deal. And all the games were also, we had a huge discount on most of them, 40-30%.
On PlayStation Network,
And it works out because overall I'm more like a single player. Like, I play games where it's like story.
Same.
Like, I like the Switch because we have so much fun playing that together. But, I play a lot of Final Fantasy, all of the game like that where you by yourself, you know what I mean? Like you can have friends over and they can watch you playing, but it's not a multiplayer game.
And Final Fantasy VII Remake is supposed to come out next year.
Yeah, and some of those newer Final Fantasy games look really good too.
I stopped at the 9 or 10, but
So God of War, dude, how many hours did it take for you? You haven't beaten it, right?
No, but I could have beaten literally I think 3 times. I just been
doing other things,
doing it casually,
just being around, fucking around a little bit. Part of me also I think I don't want to finish it. You know what I mean? So I'm just hanging around and doing other stuff that's not necessary for the game, but
is it strictly story? Are there things you can kind of break off and do, or do you have to just go through point A to point B?
So it's like a pseudo open world game. At first you think it's super linear and it's really small, and then everything opens up, and then it opens up again, and you're just there's a hub world kind of. It's called Midgard, which is it's like a mythological type names. There's so much talk about Odin and Thor.
That's also why I love it, and I have to be honest, I also spend some time I work, my bad, a little bit, just reading about mythology, Roman and Greek mythology, exactly who was Odin, who was Thor, who was
you
Kratos.
did on your own or in the game?
No, on my own, just reading stuff online. Who was Kratos is actually real. I don't know, but he's
a real god of war. Yeah, he's the god of war.
And about Zeus, I look at the family tree of the Greek story, whatever. I Athena, whatever, all of the gods basically. So it's really also awesome for that because I like it. When I remember when I was a kid and I was learning that, I liked it a lot.
Right.
And so playing that game. So yeah, this game is really open. And so for instance, I've been playing, I don't know, maybe the last 15 hours, I'll say, or like 10 to 15, just doing other stuff than the story. Like the story was, I could have gone to this point, B whatever, to continue the main story, but I just did so many things around to,
Nice.
And recently I beat this queen of Valkyrie who literally took me 4 hours just on one fight. I probably died like 25 times before I beat her.
Wow.
Do
you know what your stats are? I'm just curious because my stats I played for 10 hours in the last 3 or 4 days just on trying to get side missions and build my stats. And I'm like at like 140 something attack, 140 something runic, 140 something defense. So what are yours?
I think defense I have like 230.
Jesus.
I have the full like Valkyrie gear.
Oh,
because
no
I beat all
way.
of them, so I have literally the gloves, like the armor, like everything.
Wow.
So it's sweet. And, like I have everything like gold, like even like the whole
He's
thing.
dripping in gold.
Right.
Epic,
So
dude.
I don't know, like attack I have probably the same thing, like 200 something.
Wow.
Running like 180, and so
there's some of the items, I know we're getting way down the lemon hole on this. I didn't want this to be a super long segment, but how do you get like stuff above 200 like cooldown or like the other, because it says
it's hard, yeah.
Well, there's like nothing. On my cooldown's like 20 something. Like I don't have anything even close.
Right. My cooldown is
It's not cooldown. The other one too, like vitality.
Right. Vitality
to like unlock
is really
some
low.
moves, you have to have vitality above 200. How the heck do you?
Oh yeah, no, that's hard. I have a couple. I probably have 80 in vitality.
Yeah.
But yeah, cooldown. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard. But I mean, you'll see if you beat this Valkyrie, you just get so many good stuff. And
there's 9 Valkyrie total.
There's 8
plus her.
Yeah, plus the queen. And the queen is literally like I have to be honest. I also went online and read about people, like the experience, because they say like you need to like keep fighting and fighting because you're not gonna be her the first time. I mean, maybe someone did, but it's really hard.
So the whole like thing is just one-on-one fight. Well, you have your son too, which I love Atreus because he's beast mode. Like he shocks so many people.
But for instance, for the queen, the Valkyrie queen, like the arrows they don't do anything on the queen. Like they don't do any damage.
Literally zero.
Zero.
Wow.
So, and for even his like power, other power steps. So you're gonna use the little like
Wolves.
squirrel.
Oh, you do the squirrel?
Yeah, you can. That's the only thing you can use for the queen because it doesn't do any damage. Otherwise, it gives you health or like rage and stuff. So
Wow.
But,
that's crazy.
no, overall it's an awesome game, and I think I also been like spending a lot of time doing other stuff, as I said, because I don't want to finish it. I think I'm gonna be sad when I'm gonna finish it.
Oh yeah,
I think you played double the amount of time as me, and for instance, and also I didn't realize this until just last night, but like there's 3 dragons, and like it's part of the story that you go and like do something with these dragons. No spoilers here, but like I didn't realize that you had already done all that. And, like then they make you like something. You get a really big reward when you finish these like side missions with these dragons.
Right.
And I'm just like realizing because there's one piece, second piece, and then they come together, and then it's like another thing. It's like I'm not gonna spoil anything, of course, but like it's pretty crazy. Like you're way farther ahead of me because like you said you completed all those side missions like literally like Christmas Eve ish time. So
you could try to, what is it called, like 100% the game, and try to do it all the way through, because I mean if you like it so much and you already are this far,
I mean,
take it all the way.
Yeah, I can, but at some point I'm gonna have to look online for some of this stuff.
Oh,
because,
yeah. Do you have like all those tiers around the lake? Because I love getting those because it's like +2 to a certain stat permanent.
Oh yeah, the
was fun.
little thing that you grabbed.
Yeah.
I'll probably grab all of them. But no, 100% will be hard. But at least like I want to finish the big thing. Like the Valkyrie for me was the main thing I want to finish before I get back to the main quest.
God of War is tight.
But
let's talk about Red Dead real quick. How have you been doing with Red Dead? You got that from Santa, right?
Yep, got it from Santa. Started playing it this weekend, actually. Popped it in for the first time. Took like an hour to download, but
yeah.
And I had to like get rid of some old games because I don't have any like extra storage right now, so I need to buy something.
Oh, let me know.
So like,
I'll let you know.
Let me know. But overall, I love it. It's really awesome. It's probably the best like looking game I've played in a long time.
Graphics are amazing.
Yeah, that alone, and we just got a 4K TV and everything, so it makes it look really good.
Dude, nice.
Yeah. I feel like that's probably a must for this game. But through the snow, I always talked about people saying like I finally got through the snow or whatever, and I'm in the first like little.
So that first part, like I had upload on the EZPZ's YouTube channel. That first part in the snow when you're like walking into the barn. Like, did that like creep you out? Like, oh my god!
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, it's great so far.
So you like the slow part because like you like Fallout a lot, right? So.
I did like Fallout a lot, and I feel like there's a lot of similarities here. You know, where it's super open world, you can kind of just go off and do your own thing, and it's very methodical. Like, I don't know, that part I haven't really gotten used to yet. It's like press this button to get into this satchel, and then hold this and this to move and change a different weapon. Like, it's so like crazy. You can't just like hit up and press A and I grabbed my bow. Like,
or like hit up on the D-pad.
Yeah.
Like, you change your weapon. Yeah.
It's very methodical in that way, and like how you have to get to everywhere and walk and ride your horse everywhere. You know. So in that aspect, I can see how people will say like it's slow or whatever, quote unquote slow, because it's not like a general, you know, video game where you hop over the brick and go down this way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm only like 5 hours in, 6 hours in maybe. So I haven't played a whole lot yet.
I think you can literally put, 100 hours in this game. I mean, I'm sure.
Well, and I'm wondering too, so are there different ways to play? Like, because I thought there was different options when I first started, like story mode, and then like, is there any other ways to play besides?
You can play like online now.
Okay.
So that's probably what a lot of the download was, because that came out after the original game came out.
Oh, really?
Yep. It was another like
you can play online like GTA Online. So you can roll with other people like around the world and like steal from people, like play poker. Cool. You can do like everything in the world, but with other people. It's crazy. Like it's just the game is you could literally live in that life. Like, live in as a Western like in the 1800s.
Yeah, you definitely could.
So I mean, I put about I think I'm a little bit farther than you. Have you done anything with like any of the wildlife at all?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so you haven't gone hunting at all?
I mean, I went hunting when we were still in the snow, like when they taught you how to hunt or whatever, but no, nothing after that.
Okay. Yeah, so you have a little bit to go where I am, and the game's amazing, but I just can't see myself getting to it because Clem and I have Diablo 3 to play after we're both done with God of War, so we will see. But let's move on to New Year's Eve. I want to hear about the bash. Do you have some stuff to talk about with that?
It was fun. It was really fun.
So where was it at?
At the social club. And by the way, I was looking like for listeners in Des Moines or even not in Des Moines. If you want to go to the social club, they have awesome other classes. Like I was looking, they have a sushi class. It would be so cool too. But I mean, it's a little expensive. I have to be honest here. But it's cool to just you just go. You pay $50, I think, for 2.5 hours. And
but here's the thing: you get a meal. So like that's
true.
You get to eat what you make. So all their cooking classes are a little bit expensive, but when you think about it, you do get like a pretty awesome meal. And it's all taught by really, really high end culinary chefs.
Yeah. Or like cocktails, you can take like cocktail classes. So anyway,
I'm a huge proponent of the social club. Trust me. I used to work there. Like that's my favorite nonprofit in Des Moines by far. So
no, it is cool. So the bash was alien kinda like
it was called Bash on Another Planet.
Yeah,
and so what was like the setup? Were there cool like art installations?
Yeah, there were some art, and actually I volunteered, so I saw like what I did. That was kind of cool. There were like balloons where like with in a room where you had almost a 360 like mirrors, like a lot of mirrors. So you were like getting in the room and you can see yourself, like in 360, like with the mirrors.
Wow.
So that was kind of cool. There were another room where people were that was kind of cool. Like we didn't do it, but they were laying down and it was just like relaxation, like relax kind of. This woman, she was just doing a slow music with, I don't know, like she was turning something around, just like, just to relax people, I guess. And these people were just like laying down and just Eyes closed.
You're like, we're at a damn party, okay? Like,
exactly. That's the point too. And we went. They were silence disco. We went, so it was cool.
Nice.
How many DJs playing the silent?
Three.
Three? Wow.
Crazy.
It was.
So I think
cool.
it was Hush.
That must have been.
That was probably Hush. And after there were another I think it's the Come and Go Theater where there were people playing music, but overall we didn't stay until midnight.
Oh no way!
Because we wanted something more like just more
hype,
like
a little more
hype,
upbeat,
more energy. So that we went to Turbo Hype.
You went to Turbo Hype, okay?
Yeah. But no, overall the bash thing was cool. Was
there a lot of people there?
A lot of people and people like different ages. Like
how much was how long did it take to get a drink? You know,
it was pretty fast, honestly. Yeah.
Did they have multiple stations?
They have multiple stations at the San Disco, at the other.
Did you guys have like the basement open?
The basement was this other where they were also playing music, but it was more like not rock, but just like kind of slow music. Pop a little bit, but nothing really.
Yeah, so Jack Lyon played, I
Right.
believe, and he's like awesome. I loved him. I think I've seen him open for somebody here in Des Moines, but I think it might have been the MV Corps a long time ago. I don't know, but a lot of people I respect their musical taste in Des Moines. They all love Jack Lyon.
No, he was good. I think we saw him. I'm not quite sure.
I'm pretty sure you did. He was played pretty early, but
the beginning.
you didn't see the midnight, so you didn't see the David Bowie tribute dude.
No.
Okay. He works at the Social Club. He's quite the character. But
no, it was honestly fun. We had
so it's just you,
drinks.
Mitch, and Madison, right?
Yeah, just three of us. I don't know. Maybe we were in the mood for something more, just more energy or more moving.
So where was Turbo Hype at?
At Gaslamp.
Interesting.
That's a weird spot for it.
Yeah, like pretty close to. So we're like right away. We're like, okay, like we don't know about this bash party. If it's not awesome, we'll just go to the Turbo Hype thing. So we stay about 2 hours. It's like it was good. We had some drinks, but after we're like, okay, let's go to Turbo Hype for midnight, and it was fun to be at Turbo Hype too for midnight. So
did they do a countdown and stuff?
Yeah. They did a countdown. They gave us this little thing that you popped up.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So streamers went everywhere.
Confetti. Yeah, and they give it to everyone. I was like, oh, okay,
That's cool.
That's fun.
Hell yeah.
Did it cost money to get into Turbo Hype?
It was $10.
$10, okay.
But it's not. Since we stayed here, didn't go anywhere. We're okay to spend a little money on.
For sure.
Like $10 like that. But
Less
no,
than you would've
overall,
spent.
it was good New Year's Eve. Honestly, we did a good dinner with Madison. So her family, they got a whole cow, and we just get some part of the meat. So she made this. It was not ribs, but and I'm not sure. I don't remember the name. But we had just a steak, I guess. And so we made that. We made a good dinner, some good wine. Mitch, one of her friends, show up. We had some champagne. So, it was also
Mitch's
low-key,
friend?
but no, just Mitch show up.
Oh, he
and
did?
we have some champagne with
Wow.
him beforehand. So it was just low-key, but, like a good New Year's Eve overall. So.
Yeah.
And
Sounds like a really chill New Year's Eve compared to crazy.
Easy, just really easy, obviously, because we didn't have to drive anywhere or Uber because everything was walking
Did you just
distance.
walk to Gaslamp then?
So we actually, when I say we Uber from my place to Gaslamp, but we walk back.
How much was the Uber?
It was like for $5.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. The Ubers were not pricey on New Year's Eve this year. I
Yeah,
was so
surprisingly
surprised.
so.
Well, it's also literally like not even $7, but
Sure.
But yeah, no. Overall, just easy, and the next day on New Year's Day, we
Felt
had,
pretty good, I bet.
Yeah, we had brunch. It was just easy. We were hungover, but not terrible. So
Yeah, cool.
not
Let's
too
talk
bad.
about Snowta, Nick. I want you to. Well, first off, I want to talk about Night Zero.
Yeah.
The infamous Night Zero. I can't wait for Clem to hear some of this story. It's insane. So we had dinner. Do you remember the name of the place? It was just some brewery.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, wait, I have a picture.
Okay, cool.
Continue, I'll find it.
Okay. So we went to dinner at this brewery. They actually had pretty decent food. Their beer wasn't that great, but I got a flight for $9, so you can't really beat that.
Right.
So out of 4 beers, one was okay. The one
It was
that Lydia.
the Herkimer. Herkimer.
Herkimer. Okay.
Pub and brewery.
Anyway, some dude over in the corner had like an Every Time I Die shirt, so that was set the vibes. But anyway, afterward we went to Up Down. So the Up Down in Minneapolis is 2 levels. I never went upstairs.
Upstairs was really small. It was just like a little
Were there
hallway.
any games?
They had one like tabletop game.
Okay. So it was just a chill area. They had a huge patio in the back though.
They do have, it was a big patio up there though too.
Okay.
They had like one part that was a little closed off and then everything else was open so you could hang out up there. I mean, of course it was too cold to hang out outside.
Yeah, it was way cold on New Year's Eve. But so we went there and I was like walked in and I was super surprised it was packed because it was before 9. So like before 9 here on a weeknight, especially on a Friday or Saturday, usually it's not too bad, but you got to think about everyone's home for the holidays or the holiday and whatnot. So maybe that played a role, but we walked in at like 8:50 I have on here. Because I remember looking at my phone and being like, Jesus, like you really couldn't even get to any games. People were hogging games. That was like the most annoying thing. Yeah. But I had tons of coins and the beer and we got like 1 or 2 beers. It wasn't that bad. Do you have anything to say about Up Down?
No, I mean, I like the layout, but yeah, I feel like it's just the like with Up Down here, you got to get there early or it's going to be just kind of shitty,
Yeah, so they had the pizza area though. They're about to have here in Des Moines. They had, I saw people nomming on pizza drunk and shit. People were
that's a great idea though.
So Up Down was fun, but I just mean, geez, I was surprised it was that packed. Good for them. I'm happy for Sam.
Are they from Minneapolis?
No, so Up Down started in Des Moines, Kansas City, Minneapolis now, and I believe Milwaukee. So there's 4 locations.
Oh yeah,
that's sweet.
So then we went to another bar. Do you remember? Like, I just don't remember the name. I wasn't that drunk.
No, I don't remember what the name of the actual place was, but it was a little like punk bar. It was a little dive bar. They were playing like a bunch of punk stuff, and there was like you could tell the crowd was different. There was a lot of like alternative looking people there, which was cool.
Yeah. So we went there, and then we went back to the hotel and hung out for a little bit.
Yeah, Shayna bought some tequila shots there, and I think that's what started the.
I'm remembering for sure. Like we had this nice table. It was like a good setup. It looked like a diner almost, like an old timey diner.
Yeah. Yep.
So that was a lot of fun, and then we went back to the hotel, hung out for a little bit, had another drink. And then some people decided to stay back, and we went out to Gay 90s. So Audrey was so excited. So Andrew Smithson, you heard Andrew on the podcast before, it's his fiance. She was so excited to go to this gay bar in Minneapolis. Yeah. Huge thing that she wanted to accomplish. So we did it. Man, that place was a riot. Like, you walk in and instantly, like, the vibe is set. Is humongous, too.
Yeah.
Jesus, it's huge.
It was, like, 4 levels. I literally counted, like...
4 levels?
I counted, like, 10 different bars.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know.
So,
like, there were so many different rooms and, like, areas and, like...
That's like a known place, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume so.
For sure, because it was so big. So we go, and they're about to start, or they were having a drag show. So we all, like, sit down. We're watching this drag show go on, and it's like, you know what a drag show is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like queen, like...
drag queens, like, dressed up in drag and just doing their thing, being all awesome and funny. With the crowd. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. What do you think, Nick?
Obviously, we had a great time. We were already pretty toasty by that point, so we were just feeling it. It was a good time. Shayna found like a wallet on the ground and turned it in, but she opened it up and it had like Venezuelan money in it.
Yeah,
like so it was really weird.
Woman, I believe, it was a woman.
Don't even know.
No, it was a.
I think it was a guy's wallet. Yeah.
But yeah, it was like 20,000 Venezuelan, and we like looked it up. It was like $8 or something stupid. But
I really like some places where it's on different levels and you have different bars. Was it like different music or overall the same?
Sort of. I mean, the place is so big that there's no way that they could be playing the same thing everywhere.
Right.
But it's not a DJ.
Yeah,
it's
there's over the speakers and stuff.
Right.
It did kind of remind me of a place I went to in Chicago. You know how there was like when you walk in and there was like the red rope and. There's like a bathroom attendants and there's multiple different areas and all that stuff and levels.
Was I with you at this place?
I don't remember. This is when we saw, what's his name?
Sam Gellertree?
No, Frodo.
Yeah. No, I was with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, and you guys were too hungover the next day.
Oh, yeah.
After seeing
Proto sake.
Yeah, we went and saw that. I didn't drink at that bar. And it was, it reminded me of that too.
Yeah.
Like, just giant place. Every room had its own ambiance and lighting.
Yeah, and his own little bar area.
That's cool. How many bars you'll say were at the...
Like 6.
6 different bars.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. Like,
like actual bars where you could order a drink?
Yeah. Like 6 different
So
bars.
Nick, let's get into the craziness.
Okay. So...
It's bar closed.
Yeah, we had a great time. Lights going on. The show...
That's before the festival, right?
Yeah, this is
So
before
you guys
the festival.
are...
We got there a night early. We were like, we're going to be able to get some food. We're going to be able to hang out. We're going to wake up refreshed. It's going to be great. And that didn't happen. But anyway, so the drag show's over. They're calling everybody on the stage. Like,
Everybody goes on the stage and starts dancing, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
like
taking video.
Everybody's taking pictures with the drag queens. We're all having a good time. And then we stumble out. We make it home. This place was not very far from our hotel either. There was a few blocks maybe.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
We get home and...
Well, no. We stumble out and we're looking for Shayna.
Oh, true. Shayna was lost.
We couldn't find Shayna. She didn't just go outside with all of us. So everyone's out in the cold. It was, everyone but Lydia and Andrew. They stayed back. But everyone else is out in the cold, freezing their butts off.
Yes.
And they don't let people back in. Once you leave
that.
at bar closed, why would they?
Right.
So, this gay woman security, I guess I don't know if she's gay, but she's just the way, I don't know. She would not let me back in. I'm like,
Right.
I have to go get my friend. I can't find her. She won't respond on her cell phone. And we'll find out soon enough why. But she's not letting me in, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I have to go in because she has a medical emergency. Because she said, tell me that she has a medical emergency.
Right. And then, she was
and
cool
she
about
let
it.
us in. She told me what to say.
Yeah.
So she let Nick and I in. We get back in and we're looking. Where's Shayna? We're going everywhere. Nick is
This place is a labyrinth, dude.
dude, you don't even know. We're trash too. So we don't even know where we're going. Whatever. So we finally find Shayna. She's with 2 gay men that were super awesome to her.
Yeah, we finally find her, and we're all so relieved, oh my god, because we were probably looking for it felt like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was
that's a
probably
long time.
10 minutes, but still 10 minutes.
And then we finally find her, and they're just so relieved. They're like, oh my god, she was fine. We were just having a good time. They gave me some weird little cigarillo. They were like, here, you can have this.
And it was legit like a cigarillo. It wasn't weed or anything.
Why they gave me that?
That's cool.
Well, we threw it away. We're not. It was not even. It was open.
Yeah.
It was just
partially smoked.
what the heck?
So thank God we finally find her. After that whole debacle, I actually have a video on my phone I'll show you later of it actually happening. The girls walk out, but then Shayna's not with her, and I'm like, where's Shayna? And then just the look on Audrey's face is just pure terror. She's like, oh my god.
We were waiting outside looking for waiting outside for Shayna too for a while because we were smoking a
before
cigarette.
we even went in. Yeah. But anyway, so that whole thing happens. We finally make it back to the hotel.
No, dude.
And
First,
then,
she's like, I can't find my phone. So we're looking for her phone everywhere.
I thought we realized when we got back.
No.
Okay.
Because we were looking everywhere, and I distracted the security guard so she could run upstairs.
Yeah, I called. Okay, yes, you're right. I called Shayna multiple times and texted her multiple times when we were trying to find her, and then when we finally got back or rounded everybody up, I guess realized that she didn't have her phone.
Oh my god,
dude, it was bad.
So then the other ladies also lost.
So Audrey opens up her purse, her backpack, while we're when we finally get Shayna outside, Shayna's crying almost at this point. She can't find her phone. She's sad, whatever. And I'm I text and say, cash reward if you find this phone, because she says it's not locked.
Oh,
which
really?
I don't know why she wouldn't do that. All it takes is your thumb.
Yeah.
So anyway, Audrey opens up her purse and she's like, I don't have my wallet. Someone stole my wallet. What the heck? So she doesn't have her wallet. Then Chantel opens up or looks around and she doesn't have her wallet.
Jeez.
Literally, everyone lost their shit. It was an odyssey.
Literally.
We get back, everyone's freaking out.
Right.
Shayna or Audrey's like, I'm going back to the bar. She goes back, I think, with you and Shayna.
We went back in the morning.
Okay, Audrey, I think, went with Chantel.
They might have tried to go back that night and weren't able to get in or something. Yeah.
You guys woke up at, you didn't sleep at all, really, because then you guys, woke up at, 9 a.m. to go back.
Yeah, we woke up at 9:30 because they were supposed to be open at 10 or something.
They opened back up at 10.
Yeah. So
they know how to party.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we all wake up. the four of us go, the ladies and me, we go, and we make it in there fine. Like, I thought we were going to have trouble like getting in or something. We were able to walk right in, and there were actually a lot of people there already, just like day drinking. Okay. A lot of like older gay men just day drinking. When you walk in and go right to the right, there's the first of like 20 bars you'll find. And we asked the bartender there, and he's like, "Oh, you came to the right place. I actually work the Lost and Found as well as this bar." Like, I don't even know how they know of each other, but so he whips out this like drawer full to the brim, I swear, of just like a bunch of different purses, wallets, phones. There was like 10 iPhones in there. Like, literally, he's like, "Oh, this happens all the time." As we were there, he got like 4 calls, just like of people asking for their stuff, and he was like, "Well, I have people here in person right now, so I can't help you." Like, so he's looking through this huge drawer of stuff, and the girls are like leaning over the bar, like trying to like peek in.
Right.
Audrey spots her wallet first.
Wow.
And then she's like, "Yes, that's mine." Like, thank God. They're like all like in tears, like, because this has been a huge like ordeal.
All night, no one can sleep. Everyone's freaking out.
And then you're tired.
Yeah, drunk.
Yeah. And then thankfully, same thing with Chantel. She spots her wallet. She's like, "No, that's my wallet. That's my wallet. Thank God, I have it." She like opens it up or something. It's like one of those like clutch things or something. And she's like, "Well, there's still stuff in here missing." So she thought like everybody stole all of her stuff from inside it or something. Right. But then as she was still looking, it was just separated.
Oh,
like,
weird.
But it was still there. So she still got all of her stuff back.
Minus the cash.
Like credit card.
Yeah. All the important stuff. Like Audrey had her social security card on her. Like,
that's not really smart to carry her.
Life lessons learned the hard way. But they both got all of their cash stolen.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, obviously, it
was a finder's fee.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you lose your wallet, you lose your cash, but you get all your.
Yeah. Do you prefer lose all your credit card?
No,
driving license.
Exactly.
I prefer lose $150.
Yeah. Totally.
Now this dude whips out like all these iPhones. He's shuffling them through them like a deck of cards. But Shayna's
10, 9, 8, 7.
But Shayna's phone is not there. So we're like, "Oh, man, okay, I think we lost it." But he's like, "Wait, hold on. I'll call a guy and we'll let you walk around and we'll see if we can find it." So he calls some like janitor dude down. Just a normal, average looking dude, probably in his 50s, nice as hell. I don't think he was gay. He was just a janitor.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, it's fine. We'll get you there. We'll find it." So we go back to the scene of the crime. We go back upstairs where the drag show was to hopefully find it. He's walking us through this like all these hallways and stuff. And this is where I noticed like how big this place actually was, because I knew it was huge. But like, so I don't know, the main bar we were first at when we bought a drink right past the giant dick.
Yeah. There's a giant dick you can get on a ride.
Yeah. So there's the second huge bar with like a stripper pole and stuff. That's where we bought our first drinks. But then if you go around that, there's like stairs that lead up to like the bathrooms, and there's more bars. There's like 3 more bars upstairs, and then where we had the drag show place. So he's like looping us through this maze. Like, I couldn't tell you how to get back. Like, I needed breadcrumbs, because if he would have just like left, I wouldn't have been able to find my way back.
But that's maybe what they do,
Dude, it was insane. And he's just telling us stories like, "Oh, well, did you lose coats? We have plenty of coats here too." Like, just all this weird stuff. And we finally get back to the bar, and we're looking around on the tables. The place is still a wreck. Like, I don't know how it takes them. Like, it probably takes them so long to clean this place up. It looks like people had just left.
Wow.
There's just drinks and just trash everywhere. But we go back to the places where we were sitting to the left of the stage there, and so we're like looking around, and then Chantel like spots something gleam. She's like, "What is that?" It was literally just laying on the ground right under the chair that she was sitting at.
Right. So Shayna's phone?
Yes. Wow. It had still just been sitting
So all
there.
the girls found everything minus the cash, of course, and Shayna found her phone. Insane,
and
dude.
So Lydia told me that the girls also in their phone has, it's sometimes they have their wallet in the phone. You know what I mean? With the phone, like credit card and stuff included on
like the wallet cases.
Phone. Yeah. So that's worse, I think.
Yeah, that would be terrible. Shayna didn't have that thing.
Okay, just the phone.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah. So what do you think happened? Like someone...
She just got drunk and dropped it.
When we got
all the 3 girls?
No. Well,
the wallets.
It's
the wallets
weird,
I couldn't
like, you
say.
know.
I don't know about the wallets.
I think Audrey thinks that her wallet. She left her wallet at the bar. She said
Okay.
because she says she buys a drink sometime when she closes her tab. She leaves her wallet at the bar. Like even Andrew was like, yeah, she does that all the time. Chantel thinks that hers got stolen. I think, but who knows? You know, all this is a clutch. So if you aren't clutching it, then you might lose it.
Right.
But it was crazy. So that was Jesus. We have to get going though, guys. That was just the odyssey that had to be told on the podcast. So we get home. One thing I do want to say is that Shayna walks in crying, and I'm like still like sleeping, trying to sleep. It's like 9:30, 10 a.m. because I'm trying to sleep in a little bit.
Right.
And she's like crying. I'm like, oh great, she couldn't find it.
find it,
Those were happy tears.
Yeah,
I come to find out when I wake up.
Oh
So
my God.
let's get into night one of Snowta. We don't have to spend too much time.
No.
I have the lineup here on the video screen.
Yep.
First of all, I just want to say the headliner Marshmello sucked. Awful. Like he seriously sucked again. Like I couldn't believe it, man.
Yeah.
That night, so that night is the night I planned on buying a lot of drinks there. Like I didn't get there super drunk or anything, so I bought a lot of drinks. Drinks prices weren't too bad. $9 for a 16 ounce, which is what you would pay at Wells Fargo.
Right.
$11. They had these like EDM mixed drinks for $11. They weren't that bad. They were like. One of mine felt like it had 3 shots in it. One of them felt like it had 1. The consistency wasn't really there from bartender to bartender, but I found a good bartender and I started going to just that guy because I noticed that was happening. But looking at the lineup, who do you want to talk about in specifics?
I mean, when we walked in, the first act we saw was that Immersive. He was more of like a heady bass. He was one of the artists that a lot of us were excited to see, and he put on a good show.
I thought he really set the mood for the night. It was really fun. So it's at the Armory, which is pretty much a brand new venue. 8,000 cap room, humongous. We're all gonna be there for Alice in Wonderland and Dylan Francis on February 1st, which I'm excited for. It's an amazing venue. The sound is unreal. I never had to wait in line at all for the bathrooms except for one time, and the bathrooms are all awesome.
The bathrooms
like there's like
huge.
literally like 8 shitters
Right.
in one of the guys. There's 2
And maybe like 30, like
literally like
urinals.
30 urinals.
Yeah,
You
it's
walk
insane.
in and you go right over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, it's like humongous
right.
too. It's
And
like
then
bigger than my house. The bathroom is.
And the place is literally lined with bartenders and bars, so I never had to wait for a
That's
drink
cool.
ever. Like, I don't know how many bartenders there were.
Jeez.
Man, there was
50,
like
it
2
was
for
insane.
every like little station.
Right.
And there was like 20 stations on each side.
Right. Yeah.
I would say close to 50 on each side. So it was crazy. Like they were really well prepared compared to every other New Year's Eve. Dude, I've had to wait in line for the San Francisco was horrible. Puerto Rico was not great. No. Like every time you had to wait in line. When it's all inclusive and all your drinks are free for the night, I feel like you spend way more money because it's first off $100.
You're right.
And then you have to tip. Like
Yeah.
I brought like 21s to San Francisco last year, plus like 2 or 3 5s, and I spent all of it.
Right.
So it's like way more money. Anyway, let's talk about my only artist I want to talk about on night 1 because Marshmello sucked. Is Nightmare, and he killed it.
Yeah,
Nightmare was so
I like
good.
Nightmare a lot.
But I was very bummed that he didn't play Burnout. That's like one of my favorite EDM songs of all time.
Right. Yeah, Nightmare was really good. Overall, there wasn't
Gasly?
really...
Gasly was good. Like, I just don't really have much to say about Gasly, I guess.
Right.
I mean, I had a good time. I'm not going to say it was bad.
So the stage 2, Shayna and I had went down to, and a few of us had went down to a lot. Stage 2 was like underneath stage 1.
It was like literally a
in
parking lot.
It was in a parking garage.
For probably employees, I'm guessing.
Yeah. But that's where they had like the skateboarding set up. They had a little area cut off with a little like skate demo going on, which was cool.
That's cool.
And then they had another little bar down there and like a merch table off in the corner. But the stage setup for stage 2 was not good. It was very bad.
Sound was so bad. We were like 5 people away from the stage at one point, and I could literally hear Nick and Lydia and everyone talking to me like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The sound quality was really bad, and the like roof was very low.
Right.
So like if you weren't like right up close to the stage, you couldn't really see anything.
You couldn't even see anything except for smoke, and because they had so much smoke and lights. Like
Yeah. which stinks because it's where a lot of the artists we were excited to see were. We saw Peekaboo there for a little bit, but just couldn't get into it because of
it started to smell bad too. People were smoking cigarettes, people were smoking weed.
Oh yeah.
Like in the combination for me, I don't like it. Like I don't really like that smell.
So there were 2 stages.
Well, there were 4, but we never
okay.
I never went to stage 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I think there was like one was like a silent disco. Okay. Well, I didn't go to that. It was like really small.
Right. There was supposed to be one that was in a smoking section outside or something.
Yeah. So anything else to say about night 1, Nick?
I did get to see Made in Tokyo, which was one of my acts that I wanted to see really bad. He was in that stage too, but there wasn't as many people there. I don't think he was as popular, so it was a little bit easier to see him. Yeah, a rapper. Yeah, and that was about it for night 1.
What time did it start? Did it say
we got there both nights around 7-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were there for a long time. Right. I mean, if you think about until 2. Well, we left a little bit before 2 on night 1 because Marshmello was legit not great. Like top 40s only. He literally was playing like Journey. Like he just pandering to like nobody. Like it
was odd.
And everyone, like, there were a good chunk of people that were having fun, so good for them. Sure. I'm happy that people have fun. I wasn't. We left early. We went to bed and got in bed. I was asleep by like 2:30ish, I think, like on night 1, which is pretty early. Like by the time you get home and everything, I stayed up and watched an hour of Infinity War Avengers, like on my phone with headphones in because I couldn't sleep. So night 2 though, when we woke up, we wanted to go somewhere. We walked somewhere to have brunch. So we went to Brit's Pub. That place was pretty tight. Like it was huge. The food was good. They had really good fish. You guys all got fish. I got chili. We had a Bloody Mary there, so that was fun. Just walkable distance, pretty decent. But who do you want to talk about? I'll kick it to you, Nick. But real quick, I want to say we went downstairs to that crappy parking lot stage. Real awful sound, smells bad. And we went and saw Subdocta, I believe, and we went into the merch table, and people were buying pins and stuff. Like Andrew bought a pin. I think Lydia and Shayna bought pins, G. Jones pins. Mm-hmm. So there was a really good amount of like merch there. It was like 4 or 5 down there, so that was pretty cool. The watering station was a freaking joke. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Like it was
sexy, man.
It was horrible. Yeah. It was literally an office cooler. You know, like the little 2 of those. Yeah. And people were waiting in line. People were pissed. People were laughing like how much of a joke it was. Very poor planning. That's probably the worst part, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
But water was only $3 or $2. So
you could refill bottles in the.
Nick found a secret faucet.
Yeah. There's a lot of people like because the bathroom, like I said, was huge. Like. You walk in and there's like a bay of places to wash your hand, and then there's like a second one in the back, and then there's one way off in the left corner that only had like 3 sinks. And I kept seeing people go back there, but there's only 3 stalls and 3 things. I'm like, why are there?
Yeah, people are going back there to do illicit substances or something, right? Like, what? Why?
So I went back and people were like, this is the one you got to use. And it was just like the sink in the middle was pumping out cold water.
It was the only one.
But all the other ones had warm water to wash your hands.
Yeah. I had overheard somebody too. It might have been Andrew or somebody in our friend group that said that they drank so much warm water.
I did too.
Yeah. Before you find out. Yeah. So that was hilarious. Now we know that was a secret for Alice in Wonderland and Dylan Francis. So, Nick, I'll kick it to you, though, as far as, like, I wanted you to talk about Sparkmaster Tape, Boogie T, Ganja White Night.
Sparkmaster Tape was actually really good. I took a couple of videos. They're kind of one of those artists where I'd heard them before, but just the recordings I wasn't super, like, into, I guess. But their stage presence, and they had, like, backup dancers. They had a thing where, you know, they all were wearing masks, so you couldn't see their faces. They're just, like, their whole ambiance was really good. They had, like, a female DJ. Like, they were really awesome.
If there's anyone new that I saw that impressed me, it was definitely them. It reminded me of old Odd Future. It was like 2 or 3 dudes. Yeah. His voice was so low, dude. It was awesome. Right. It was like, is this a fake voice? Like, it just sounded good for a rap.
Yeah.
So 3 rappers?
I think it's 3 of them. Yeah. I think they're like a group.
You couldn't really tell because there was like 3 people rapping. There was like 2 other people, like cool. 1 DJ, and then a bunch of women dancing.
Yep. It was very cool.
What do you think about Boogie T?
Boogie T was good. This would be like the 3rd or 4th time we've seen him. So he puts on a good show. His visuals are always really crazy and fun.
He has fun. He talks in the mic a lot, but he has fun with the crowd. Just super dubby, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
So what I will say about Boogie and Sparkmaster, their sets went long. We're like, what the heck? Like, they're going over their time. I'm like looking at my watch. I'm like, they're going way over. Like,
yeah.
And we come to find out when we get, or the next day, I think, or when we get back to the hotel, or maybe even that night, I guess. I don't know. But Chief Keef, who was going to play Getting Rich or whatever, his album, Finally Rich, in full, he got injured in an ATV accident. His hand got injured, so he had to cancel. Typical rapper stuff, kind of, you know.
Oh, wait, I thought that was Rich the Kid the first night.
Oh, was it?
Didn't that one go long?
Chief Keef?
Or was it Chief Keef?
I don't know.
I don't even remember.
Maybe you're right. Either way, everyone was going over their time, both nights. So Ganja White Night, awesome.
Yeah.
Don't really have much to say. I mean, I had fun.
Yeah.
EDM.
I think it was sort of the same set as we had heard a few times earlier in the year. You know, they couldn't really switch it up a whole lot. That usually happens though. Artists will kind of tend to make a set and then play it for the year, and then you know they'll revamp it for the next year.
So overall, it was like EDM mostly, right?
Yeah, mostly EDM and rap.
A couple of rap acts, mostly EDM.
Okay. Yep. Ganja did the same thing where they brought Boogie out on stage for the last one, and Boogie T played guitar during the song they had together. So
that's cool.
Overall, it was fun. But then Skrillex to close it out.
Skrillex came down. A 5-minute countdown came up at like 11:55-ish then, and it just counted down. And he got on stage at about 20 seconds in, started hyping everyone up. Boom, midnight. I made sure personally, we were all at least at the end or underneath where all the balloons were dropping.
Right.
So I think I have it on video, of course. I was taking video, but whatever. Of like the ball drop or like the balloon drop, and it was so awesome, dude. We were there, my coworkers and his crew was next to us.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they found us like right away. That was awesome.
Yeah, jeez. Well,
so I told him Skrillex show up at 11:55.
11:59 is when he
literally started like at midnight. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he like kicked it into gear right away.
Yeah,
played all the hits, dude.
He really did.
I don't really think of. Did not hear one song I wanted to hear.
Same. Yeah. He didn't miss anything.
He played his Humble remix.
Yep.
Kendrick.
I always forget how much how housey he is, house and bass. You know, he does a really good mixture of that.
Yeah, totally. His set was by far my favorite the whole weekend. Nightmare was my second favorite, I would say, but
I would say
dude,
so too.
He played all the hits. It was banger after banger after banger.
Mm-hmm.
When he came back on, I think he did a encore.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
When he started the show though, like on his screen, he had just like a bunch of memorable moments from 2018, which I thought was cool too.
So did we ever find out who was playing at that question?
Honestly,
question
I've been trying to look it up and I couldn't find anything.
There was some question marks at the end from 1:15 to 2 a.m. On stage 2. I don't even think we even went down to check it out.
No, well, we were down there to like get our coats and stuff. But, I didn't.
I was like, "Who's playing?" I was like, "I don't even know." It might have been.
That was me, and I played Eminem, you know, and everyone left.
That's an inside joke where Clem was DJing at a party, and literally Eminem. He puts on Eminem, and everyone's like, "Okay, we're going home now."
The record scratches and stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, Skrillex killed it. Thank you so much for awesome night.
Yeah.
I ended up partying a little too late. Nick stayed up with me though for a lot of it. All of it.
We stayed up. I mean, it was New Year's Eve. We were
that's what I'm saying.
Still riding the train.
I drove home to make up for keeping everyone awake without any questions, and I did it. So I powered through it.
3 hours.
3.5, 4.
Yeah. It's not that. I feel like we made good time.
Oh yeah, I was going like 10 over most of the time, but anything else to say about Skrillex before we move on to our predictions?
I don't know. He was just a great set. He didn't disappoint.
So the Armory is amazing. It's probably my favorite venue.
Yeah.
Right.
Like bigger venues. I like it more than Wells Fargo Arena, for instance. Mm-hmm. It's not as big as that, but it's pretty big. I love it compared to Seven Flags. I mean, it's just it's top notch. Everything was amazing. Oh, there was a dude cleaning constantly, so the bathroom never got gross ever. And he was getting so many tips. People were handing him $5, $2, $1. Like,
is there like seating you can sit or
no, but it's rised. Like there's tons of there's VIP wrapping around up the top.
Up the top. Yeah. Oh, and I forget to even mention it, but Shayna had sprained her ankle on those stairs. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So bad that like she really couldn't walk, and she really shouldn't have been on it for Skrillex, and she had to go sit down.
Yeah, we had just gotten there, and we didn't even have any drinks or anything. There's a lot of stairs, you know, a lot of getting up and down stuff. But yeah, I mean, overall the venue was amazing.
Good venue.
Like, the sound quality was great. No waits for drinks.
So just the stage 2 maybe that was not that great.
Yeah, bathrooms are
but there's
amazing.
no such thing as stage 2. Like they literally turned a parking lot into stage 2, and they did that during the Super Bowl too. They said like last year when the Super Bowl was in Minneapolis, people did that. Like they had like another stage down there for music, and it sucks. Like it's just not meant for that.
Yeah.
So they won't ever have that for another show I go, probably, unless we go to Snowta again or whatever.
Right, or they hold some other sort of festival there. But
yeah, so it was amazing. I love the Armory. Can't wait to go back for you to see it.
Yeah.
The sound was so good. Yeah. They were giving out free ear plugs at the bar. Like it was just such a well thought out thing. But let's move on, guys. Let's talk about these predictions. We don't necessarily have to talk about the Oscars because I know you guys probably haven't seen many of these films. I just do want to say that I saw BlacKkKlansman last night, which is nominated for Best Motion Picture Drama, which is the most important, usually every year, award, and I really hope it wins. I liked Black Panther fine, but I don't really consider it a drama. And BlacKkKlansman was amazing. I haven't seen A Star Is Born, but I think that's going to sweep. And Bohemian Rhapsody has the lead actor, Rami Malek, from Mr. Robot, so I hope he does really well. He's nominated for a bunch as well. If we go down to TV, I really hope Kidding, Jim Carrey's Kidding, he's nominated for Best Performance by an Actor in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy, so I hope he wins, of course. But I'm also rooting for Atlanta, Donald Glover, of course. Two last things I want to say before we move on, real quick, just a really quick rundown of tonight's 76th annual Oscars, Golden Globes. Sharp Objects. I watched that with Lydia and I really enjoyed it. It's a limited series, so it's only one season. I think it's 6 or 8 episodes, and it stars Amy Adams, and I love her. She's one of my favorite actresses. She kills it in that series. It's really good. And then the last thing I wanted to say, I want this actress or two things, I guess. Isle of the Dogs, Incredibles 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Mirai, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse are all nominated for Best Motion Picture, Animated. And I really hope Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse wins. But I still absolutely loved Isle of Dogs. Really, really amazing film by Wes Craven, who did Mr. Fantastic Fox and whatnot. So he's really been doing a lot of this animated stuff, and it was amazing. It's
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson, thank you. Yes, not Craven. And then Incredibles 2.
That would be a darker movie.
I really hope Incredibles 2 doesn't win just because I didn't love it. Like, I just flat out didn't love it. But it's by Pixar. It's probably the favorite to win. And it would be really cool if Ralph Breaks the Internet wins because I'd rather have that than Incredibles 2, to be honest with you. Okay, let's see. Lots of Spike Lee for Best Director for BlacKkKlansman. That'd be really cool. Bradley Cooper with his directorial debut with A Star Is Born. He'll probably sweep it. Amy Adams is also nominated for her performance in Vice as a supporting actress. She's just really phenomenal and killing it this last year. The last thing, though, because I don't want to talk about this stuff too long, is I do want to see, let me see if I can find her name, Elsie Fisher. I want to see her win for her performance in 8th Grade. Dude, 8th Grade was one of my favorite movies of 2018, for sure. It just is a story about this 8th grader going into 9th grade and it's a coming of age story. I went to Redbox. We've been doing Redbox a lot in the last couple months. And honestly, I prefer it over paying $4, $5, $6 to rent a movie or dealing with pirated streams that just stutter or you can't ever play them. I prefer to go pay $1.50 for a Blu-ray for one night, you know? So 8th Grade, man, that I talked about in my yearly end of the year podcast last week with episode 100. I just love that film so much.
Got to check out that Video Warehouse down the street.
What's that?
You got to check out that Video Warehouse down the street.
True. Support local business, I never think of it.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, dude, I would love to support them. That's a great call out. So let's get into some predictions, guys. I'll kick it off. We're going to do a point system. This won't be such a long segment because we're running long in the tooth. We had lots to share about. I knew those stories would be fun, though, like the Odyssey with gay 90s. So I hope you guys came up with some predictions. I told you when you walked in, so these guys are surprised, so I'll kick it off. These are going to be point systems. Half points are, it just depends. And we'll do a podcast at the beginning of 2020 to discuss who won and whatnot. So, Skrillex is going to come out with a new album, and he is going to tour. That is going to be my first prediction. Second one, Flume, same thing. New album, tour. And he's going to do a lot of end of the year festivals.
Yeah.
I think like Halloween.
I feel like that's kind of his MO anyway. Yeah, he tends to do that a lot.
Well, I think he's going to stay silent for like the first 3 to 6 months, announce a tour though, like midway through the year, and then kick it off or cap out the year with a lot of those festivals. He'll play like New Year's Eve, for instance.
Yeah, I have to come back if he's playing.
Yeah, no kidding. Sam Gellatry, he's going to make his album debut. I think it's going to be on Selection, but it could be picked up by a major label debut. And dude, that would be insane. I'm super excited for him. I just know that in 2019 he's gonna blow up. Oh, yeah. I just know it
for sure.
He's my favorite, one of my favorite artists of all time, and it's crazy to say that because I've only been listening for 3 to 4 years. But every year his EPs are on my top 2 or 3.
Oh yeah,
like literally, he was my favorite EP of album of last year, beating out Kendrick Lamar's "Damn."
Right, which is saying something.
Yeah,
right. And Every Time I Die is going to write their new album, tour throughout the summer, be on a humongous tour though. I think it's going to be a crazy co-headlining tour in support of this new album and rip apart the US like they always do. Do you guys have any or should I keep going?
So not really predictions. I cheated a little bit and read some articles.
That's fine.
Funny enough, I read some articles earlier in the week, not even knowing that we were going to do this segment, but a couple of things I am excited to look forward to. Tame Impala is supposed to be coming out with new music.
Yes, sir.
Before I think it said his Coachella performance. I read something that he doesn't like to debut new stuff without like releasing it. Like he doesn't like to do it live or whatever, new stuff live. So that means he should have something before the summer.
Yeah.
New album before the summer, and then be able to tour off of it. So I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, totally. I love Tame Impala. Any other ones, Nick, you want to rattle off?
The Weeknd is going to be awesome. I loved this last album they put out, this little EP or whatever. And then what else did I have on here? Chance the Rapper is supposed to come out with some new stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
He had his 3 singles 3 or 4 singles that he released this last year. I enjoyed all of them actually, so I'm excited for a full length from him.
Yeah, so it's going to be Chance 4, or do you think it's going to be called something else? Because Chance is...
True.
What do you think?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think he might ride the wave. Just keep going with the numbers thing.
Chance 4?
Right?
Man, I don't know if you... Oh, you weren't there.
Well...
Into the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse,
yeah,
there was a poster that had Chance the Rapper's like 3 logo or whatever and him on it, I think. And it was a 4.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Well, then that tells
So it's
you.
Like man.
I could have seen it either way. I could have seen it 3 because 3 was always his number, and then he end at that and then start something new. But if you saw that posted, then that kind of says it.
Vampire Weekend finally going to release their 3rd album.
Yes.
I think their 3rd. Let me think. 4th album. They're going to finally release their 4th album after they came out with Modern Vampires of the City, which came out in like 2012, I think, or 13. So it's been 13 because it was the summer I met Lydia. And man, I love that album so much, but Jesus, it's been so long.
Yeah.
And I don't ever really revisit it. I did once and I do love it, but Contra is like top 10 albums of all time by far. So this band means a lot to me. So I got Vampire Weekend here, new Vampire Weekend. They're already playing a bunch of festivals. So as far as a tour, I think they're going to do a weird tour with like a weird headliner too, like Rihanna or something.
You think so?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do something weird like that.
Yeah, they could definitely do like a split genre thing or something.
Yeah, or like Ariana Grande. Yeah, like they open for her. Like it's going to be something really weird. I think they're not going to do like the normal, let's do a headlining tour across the world with this album. I think they're going to do something weird with like a different humongous pop act so that they can maybe build their fan base out.
I could see that happening.
So that is my predictions right there. Anything in sports, anything in movies, anything in music. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think I have predictions for. I'm gonna go tennis because obviously that's the most sport I follow through the year. I follow other sports also, but tennis is actually tennis is gonna start soon. First tournament, you guys, if you following tennis, whatever, it's gonna be the Australian Open. So in Australia, and it's starting. I have the date here. It's starting. Sorry, I just have to look that quickly.
That's okay.
It's January 14 to January 27.
Okay.
So Australia, one of the Grand Slam. So 4 Grand Slam. So my prediction are gonna be for the 4 Grand Slam through the year. So the first one is the Australian Open. I think Novak Djokovic is gonna win it. So Serbia, Novak Djokovic, one of the best player.
Serbian player will win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Novak Djokovic. After the other one is Wimbledon in London. I think Roger Federer is gonna win it.
Ooh.
And I think sadly I'm gonna say that, but I think it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be, my prediction is gonna be the last year of Roger Federer playing tennis. So
wow,
seriously,
so this is a new prediction too. This is
Right.
separate from Wimbledon.
Right.
Roger Federer's last year is 2019.
right? I think it's gonna have to retire. I mean, yeah. Next Grand Slam is the French Open, and I think Dominic Thiem is gonna win it over Rafael Nadal. So my other prediction too is I think Rafael Nadal from Spain is not gonna win any Grand Slam this year, which will be kind of sad, but I don't know. He got injured, and I think he's gonna get injured at some point. So overall, my prediction is not gonna win.
He's got to call it at some point.
Yeah, he's also getting old, but he has a few years, but he's getting injured. Like,
Yeah.
So
Which
what's
is
the
a bad
last
sign.
Open then?
the last is the US Open.
US.
Yeah, in New York.
Yeah.
And I think this one, it's hard to say, but I'll go with Stan Wawrinka, which is another player from Switzerland. Because Switzerland is so small, but I have literally 2 amazing players, Roger Federer and Stan Wawrinka. So yeah, if I recap, I'll say, so Australian Open, it's going to be Novak Djokovic. The Wimbledon, Roger Federer. French Open, Dominic Thiem. And US Open, Stan Wawrinka. If that happens, that would be tight.
You get 5 points because counting Roger Federer retiring after next year, you get 5 points then. Point per each. Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. I like that. If you guys are done with music predictions,
Yeah.
we can. No, I wanted you to bring up Title Fight.
Oh, I'm just kind of wishful thinking and hoping though that they'll release something new.
Same dude. One of my favorite albums of all time, Hyperview. I love this band. I have them tattooed on my body, like their lyrics, because I love them so much. But
Rocking sweatpants right now.
yeah, I'm rocking Hyperview sweatpants right now. I'm about to head to the gym.
Are they
after
going to
this.
tour in Europe? Have they been touring in Europe?
Oh, you saw Title Fight. Oh,
Yeah.
man. I love the fact that he saw Title Fight. I really want to see Every Time I Die before he moves. So hopefully that we can work that out. But just so he can see like why they're my favorite band. But he saw Title Fight when we went to Chicago and Madison.
Yeah.
I was in
Forgot
the
about
pit.
that.
They were upstairs. It was an awesome venue.
Yeah.
I forget which venue it is. The Midland, I believe, or Mid.
The middle is one we've been after for Gasly.
Oh yeah, the Mid.
And
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah,
The Metro.
was it?
Metro,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
That's,
We went and saw Armor for Sleep there.
yeah.
Nick. So, dude, but man, I'm so happy you saw Title Fight. Anyway, Hyperview came out in 2015.
Right.
So we're getting to 4 years. It was like the beginning of the year. It was like January, February, because I was in college still. Yeah. And dude, I remember like when that came out, I woke up to go to class at like 4:30 and work on homework, and I just turned it on. I listened to it back to back,
Right.
2 full times. I love that album.
Oh, yeah. though
I'm not hopeful though that they're going to come out with a new album because Ned Russin, the bassist vocalist, he said in an interview that he's going to college. They haven't even been talking about a new album. He has no plans to write a new album. He has his own side project, Glitterer, which his EP, Not Glitterer EP, came out last year. It was in my top 10 of the year. We talked about it in episode 100. So I'm not hopeful that they're going to come out with a new album, but I really obviously would love it. I mean, geez, they're like my top 5 favorite bands of all time. So let's move on to movies, or you guys have music? Anything music. It can be any festival thing. I'm going to make one more bold prediction.
Okay.
There's going to be at least one headliner, one headliner or 2 tier 2 headliners for Electric Forest still to be announced. Even though they sold out their tickets, everything, there's going to be at least one big headliner that's going to play one of the nights with those top 4 that have already been announced.
2019, you mean?
19, yeah, this coming year. Or 2 very big, awesome tier 2. So like, would be where Alice in Wonderland is and Tierra Whack, all those artists. Right. So that is my prediction for Electric Forest. And I also am going to make one more prediction for a music festival. Mm-hmm. A giant artist, one of the headliners from a music festival that any of us in this friend group attend is going to, or that I'm at too. So like, obviously it can't be something that you're at that I'm not at, Nick, is going to cancel. Going to cancel and they're going to ruin everyone's night big time.
I feel like that's happens every year.
Statement, yeah. Those are just fun ones. And then one gaming one. We're going to do a gaming one on the Totally Gamescast this week, but Metroid Prime 4 is going to come out for Nintendo Switch. But before that, Metroid Prime Trilogy Remaster is going to come out for the Switch. Physical and digital, though, before Metroid Prime 4. That's my only prediction I'm going to say for gaming on here. And you'll probably hear me say that on Totally Gamescast.
I have another prediction too. I think the remakes of Final Fantasy 7 is gonna suck.
Oh, I love that.
It's gonna suck ass. It's gonna be cool, but it's gonna be a remake, and it's people are gonna be so nostalgic about the real one, the old one. They're gonna, it's gonna be.
Have they released? It's not gonna be good. They've released some like images and gameplay for it, haven't they? A little bit.
Yeah, and it looks good, like really good, of course. It's PlayStation PS1 to PS4. It's going to look amazing.
Yeah.
They did a side-by-side on IGN, I believe, too, of like the scenes, and it's just like laughable how bad graphics were for PS1.
Well, yeah.
I just don't like them. I don't like the pixely, gross, blocky.
No, I mean, I'd rather have... Yeah, that's one of those games that relied heavily on the story to make it so popular.
Right.
All right, guys, let's do... If you guys are done with regular predictions, let's do these movies. Because movies, we already know what's coming out, right? Yeah. There's release dates. Barely any of the times does a movie get delayed. Right. Very rarely. So we're going to do the big ones, all right? First off, we're going to start with M. Night Shyamalan's Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, James McAvoy, Sarah Paulson starring in this called Glass. Comes out on January 18th, 2019. 2 items on the docket I need from you guys. Let me write down Glass.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, I had another prediction.
One more prediction for Nick.
For games. The Resident Evil 2 remake is going to make waves, and it's going to be a really hot contender for Game of the Year.
What? Game of the Year?
It's going to be a hot contender.
Come on.
It's going to be top, like...
I love that you say that, because you can always say, like, it's going to do good. No, I want to hear that it's going to be a hot contender for Game of the Year. That's huge.
I think so.
So we're talking the big outlets, IGN... and GameSpot, for instance.
It's going to be very highly rated.
Okay. Awesome. I love that. That's a really great prediction. Because that's bold. I mean, Game of the Year for a remake?
I think IGN is going to...
Give it above a 9?
Maybe. 9?
Yeah.
8, 9? 8 to 10.
8 to 10.
8 to 10.
You could easily get that. But I think you should stick to 8 to 9 or 9 to 10.
I'll say 9 to 10 then.
Okay. So there's going to be like half points for this one for sure.
All right.
Cool. I'm glad you got a gaming one too. All right, so to Glass. The things we're going to say. Rotten or fresh, blockbuster or flop. I'm going to say fresh and flop.
Fresh and flop?
So and flop means like it's going to make nowhere near as much money as it should have made.
Okay.
Like people are going to say it didn't do well. I mean, that's sort of subjective, but we'll see. So fresh and flop. Because the stars, dude, there's too many big names there. Like, it's either going to get carried by them or it's going to be cost too much to have them.
So I think Split did really well. I enjoyed the movie a lot, which is like kind of the middle of the trilogy there. I don't know. And he's been doing this for a long time. He's kind of creating his own universe, which I love for, just less. I mean, he's a huge director, but I like his idea here of how he's creating his own universe out of all of his movies. So I think it's going to do well. So give me the categories again.
Fresh and flop, or fresh and rotten, blockbuster or flop. So it's yes or no kind of thing. 50-50.
Oh. I want to say yes to both. I think it's
fresh
going to do
and block.
Yeah, I think it's going to do well.
What do you think?
I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do rotten and
rotten. I love it.
Because I think it's as we were talking about earlier, I think it's a remix of Unbreakable.
He's creating his own universe. So Unbreakable was the first one.
Right.
Split was the second one. Okay. And now this one is bringing them all together.
Because I guess, I don't know.
So he's like tying all of his stories together.
You already said it's locked in. Let's move on. March. March has 2 films I want to talk about for sure. Captain Marvel. I'm going to say fresh and blockbuster.
Yeah, by far.
Nick agrees?
Yeah.
What do you think? It's a Marvel film. It's going to be coming out right before the last Avengers movie.
It's another female lead movie.
So we all say fresh and blockbuster. F&B. Cool. Let's move on to Us. Us is the film directed by Jordan Peele. Sorry. It's starring Lupita Nyong'o. I love her. She's great. Elizabeth Moss. It's starring, those are the only big names I recognize right off the bat. But he did Get Out, right? And that was insane. Right. It was like one of the best movies of 2016, I believe. Yeah. 17. And so he has his next film coming out called Us. I am going to say fresh and blockbuster.
Yeah, by far. I just watched the trailer today and it looks crazy.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay,
it looks crazy.
So we all agree?
I'll say fresh.
Have you watched the trailer?
Flop.
No way. I just love that you're picking things that we aren't. I appreciate that. So fresh and flop for Clem. Cool. All right, let's move on, guys. Let's keep going. I think we're gonna. Dumbo. So there's gonna be a thing that's happening, right? It started with Jungle Book.
Right.
They turned these cartoons into live action films. Dumbo. Tim Burton is the director. Colin Farrell is starring. Michael Keaton, though, I love him, and Danny DeVito.
That's crazy.
A lot of big names cast. So this is the end of March, right after your birthday, Nick. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say fresh? No, I'm going to say rotten for this one and flop.
Ooh. I don't know. Now that I know Tim Burton is directing it, that is really cool.
I know. That's why I'm saying rotten.
No, I love Tim Burton. Tim Burton has a special place in my heart.
Okay.
But, man.
I do like Tim Burton.
Yeah.
He hasn't done very much great lately.
But he did awesome ones.
Yeah, true. You can never take that away from him. He is a phenomenal director. He just loves that one dude that's like a psycho too much. What's his name?
Which one?
The guy that plays in every movie he's he's like
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. What's his dick?
You play in
he's getting sued by his ex-wife or whatever right now. Like he's for being abusive. Like he's just a psycho. He has like 2 personalities. You'll pull it up, Nick. But what do you think about Dumbo, Clem?
I'll say fresh and blockbusters.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to
like that probably.
Yeah.
I don't really even give a shit about Dumbo as much, but I wanted Tim Burton to do well, so I want to say.
It does look cool.
I want to say fresh and blockbuster.
Fresh and blockbuster. All right, let's move on, guys, to... I think we can skip Shazam. No offense, but I just don't care.
Yeah.
Pet Sematary, though. Pet Sematary, which is a remake, correct?
Yeah.
I think Jonathan Lithgow is in that.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a direct remake of the first one. The trailers make it look all right, but horror remakes are super hit or miss.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They either do really well and are done super well, like Halloween was, or I don't know. But there's been a lot of good ones lately, like the Evil Dead remake was really good. It was really good. So actually, this could, I don't know. This could do well.
I'm doing rotten flop. What are you doing, Clem or Nick?
Yeah, I'm doing fresh and flop.
Fresh flop. I like that.
Fresh flop.
What about you, Nick?
So fresh, it was received well, and flop, it didn't make as much as it should have.
Yeah.
I think that sounds...
Cool.
That sounds right.
You and Clem are fresh flop on that. I'm rotten flop. We're skipping Hellboy because no, I don't care.
Was never a big Hellboy guy.
Avengers Endgame. I'm gonna say gigantic blockbuster and gigantic fresh. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah. It's gonna be one of the best films of the year. It's gonna get movie of the year contender. Movie of the year contender.
Yeah, those movies are just
Avengers Endgame.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to do super fresh, super blockbuster.
You get bonus points.
Yeah, I get bonus point if it does like crazy. It's going to make like almost $2 billion in
the middle of the year.
So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, those movies have been doing so well. They're just on an uprise. I don't see what they could do wrong at this point, really.
So you guys both are fresh blockbuster?
I'll go with rotten blockbuster.
Oh my gosh, I love Clem's like devil's advocate. I love it. Okay, let's move on to Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Yeah. I'm going to do blockbuster and fresh.
It looks super weird, but the trailers look actually really fun. So it's so weird that what's his name is voicing.
I know, Deadpool. It's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, so weird.
I love it.
You should share the link like this, people can look at the trailers and stuff too.
Right. Yeah, the trailer is amazing. I'm just so excited. Oh my gosh, Pokemon is the highest grossing media franchise ever.
Oh. Wow.
That means it's more than Grand Theft Auto, which is the highest grossing video game of all time, Grand Theft Auto 5. Wow, that's crazy. This is going to be an amazing film. Everyone's going to love it. So, what do you guys think? You guys we got to get moving.
Yeah, fresh blockbuster probably.
Okay. Nick.
I don't know. People hold Pokemon in such high regard that they could dislike it.
This is the aggregate though of Rotten Tomatoes. It's not like people. It's like ratings from critics.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna do so hot.
All right.
I'm gonna do
flop.
I'm gonna do flop.
Flop and rotten.
I'm gonna do fresh and flop.
Fresh flop. Okay. Let's move on. I don't care about John Wick. Aladdin live action. I think this is gonna be a flop and a rotten.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the trailer, but.
It looks fine, to be honest with you. I just don't know how good it's going to do. So I'm going to do rotten and flop. RF. Nick and Clem. Let's just spit it out.
I don't even know much about it, but I'm going to say it's going to flop.
Rotten and flop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do fresh and flop.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. This is going to do gangbusters. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I just watched this trailer today, too.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to do blockbuster and... fresh.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of us blockbuster fresh. All right, guys, we got to get going here because we're going super long. But we do have to pick up the last couple big films of the year. Toy Story 4, I'm going to say it's going to be fresh blockbuster. I mean, you really can't screw that up, right? Right?
Yeah, you would hope so. The last one did really well, so I think, it'll do good.
You all agree?
I'm a fan, but not a big fan, so I would say for me, like, so rotten and blockbuster.
Okay.
He's gonna do well, but not a big fan. So.
Okay, sounds good. So we got fresh and a blockbuster from us. Okay, let's move on. There's one or two more films we have to do. Okay, two more films. These are the last two, even though there's plenty of amazing films or so like awesome stuff coming out next year. The last two we're going to do is Spider-Man Far From Home and The Lion King. So while I'm writing these down, just spit them out at me so we can end this bad boy.
I think Lion King will definitely be a blockbuster. Fresh, probably.
Yeah, I agree.
And then for Spider-Man, is this going to be another live action or is it another animated?
It's the live action. Follow up after Avengers. So it's what happens after the Avengers.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that'll probably do really good as well. I don't know. I think Homecoming got really good ratings too, didn't it?
It got good in ratings. It was fresh, but not amazing.
Okay.
So I'll go for Spider-Man, I'll go with fresh, but flop.
Fresh flop, okay. I'm going to do fresh. For both, I'm going to do fresh blockbuster. Geez. Donald Glover, Beyonce, no Seth Rogen.
That's true.
James Earl Jones in The Lion King. I mean, you cannot. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to do fresh and blockbuster for both. What do you guys think?
Yeah. For Lion King, I was going to do fresh, blockbuster, Spider-Man. Yeah, I'd say both. Going to be fresh blockbusters.
What do you think, Clem? Fresh blockbuster?
So Spider-Man, I say fresh flop.
Okay.
And for the Lion King, yeah, you can make it wrong. So just fresh blockbuster.
Okay. Thank you for listening to episode 101 of EZPZ Podcast. Super long, but we did all of our predictions. We'll come back at you next year. The first episode of the year, hopefully, will contain like all of our new predictions and our points. So I don't know if Clem won't be here, but I'll definitely, maybe we can Skype you in or something. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. You can find me at Shaun S. Johnson everywhere. You can find the EZPZ at TheEZPZ, TheEZPZ. Keep your eyes peeled for, no pun intended, lemons peeled.
You should share the links, like buff links from all the trailers and the other links you have for the Globe, the awards tonight.
Okay.
You should share them and people, can have a look because...
Yeah, that's a good point, dude. Thank you for sharing, saying that, because, geez, there's so much to do, I feel like, for the podcast. I just need help sometimes writing it all down. Nick at bazooka_Nick. Keep your eyes glued to Nick Gandy art for his stuff that he's working on for his May.
Yep.
Yeah. You have to do some work this month, son.
No drinking. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you got to get some stuff done. Lydia and I are doing some spring cleaning or winter cleaning, too, this month. So I have a lot of stuff, wedding stuff, of course. Clem at Clem Tux, CLEMTUX. Thank you for listening to an awesome episode, guys. This has been EZPZ Podcast, episode 101, and we out.
Yeah.